don't really know what would be the right thing to say, if any. It feels that I'm way more sensitive than Rin is, though. This is really awkward. I wish most people were like Rin and just didn't get so butthurt every time you said something partially inappropriate. How do you paint without hands? See, I'm an easy person to talk to, right? With my feet. I almost guessed that already, but isn't that hard to do? You're good at guessing, anyway. I don't think it is, but maybe I'm used to it by now. I can't get my mind around the fact that she could be an artist, but seeing how adept she was at using her feet to eat, I figure painting might not be a problem either. Neither of us has anything more to add to the subject. Drink? No, it's not a drinking game. I'm just thirsty. The afternoon light works pretty well. I was afraid it would look too flat, but it's not like that after all. I think it's actually pretty interesting. I wanted to see what it looks like in the dim light. Do you think it looks flat? Well, paintings tend to be flat. Not like that flat, you know, like flat, like some people are. No substance, no meat where there should be some. I know for a few girls are okay, I get it, but I couldn't really tell. I'm not that good with art, but I can't name many artists or artistic terms. So I don't really have anything to say. Rin shrugs her shoulders at that saying, "Suit yourself," without saying it, and looks up at the sky as if trying to look for something up there. I didn't think I'd get any actual work done, but if you give me a hand with the paints, I could do a little before it's too dark. I wanted to get a halogen lamp like the ones they have at the sports track, but there aren't any. Rin sure is quick to recruit my help, as was Shizune. It really makes me feel that the festival is such a big project that every pair of hands is needed. Shame! It is a shame right there. Just mixing some paints, you can do that, probably. Do you have motor control problems, like, you know, those people who have some? Cerebral palsy, maybe? Not that I know of. I get it, heart thingy has nothing to do with that. She gives me a sly look for no reason. I'd say that was pretty sly. She's like, what? So you're saying you have some type of, you know, motor control problem, you know, like cerebral palsy? No? Well, you can fucking help then, shut your mouth. No, it doesn't. Let's do it then. She's too fucking sly for this dipshit. So she sits on an empty wooden box and very naturally picks up a wide brush between her toes and her bare right foot. I open a few of the cans and pour some of the contents into a shallow bowls for mixing. The thick paint flows lazily from the can to the bowl like syrup. I mix them, crafting funny, hypnotic-looking swirl patterns that melt quickly into each other to form a new monotone hue. Rin sets to work, every now and then asking me for a hand, like with something or the other. Finding different brushes is easy enough, but mixing the paints to be the exact tone this girl is apparently seeing in her head is a frustrating ordeal. She wants precision down to the last milliliter before she is satisfied, but her instructions are obscure at best. Add half a splash of green. I crouch down to pick up a can of bright green. The other green, this green. I carefully pour some of the other green paint into the mixing bowl. No, that's almost a whole splash, more white. Is green a good color to add? No idea, you're the artist here. A hint of smile appears on the corners of her mouth. Do you lack an opinion? No, it's just I have no idea. It's okay, because I just got an idea. Add more white. With an exclamation, I pour a minuscule amount of white into the bowl and mix it. It looks slightly whiter. That's not good. It has to be like the color when you wake up and you know that you saw the meaning of life in your dream but can't remember it. How the fuck am I supposed to find that color? What color would that even be? I'm gonna guess blue. Because blue is nice. Maybe red or green. Because it's the colors of her hair and eyes. Alright, yeah, maybe it's yellow. Despite the impossibility of mixing a color like the change of seasons or any other nonsense that's being imposed on me, I find myself enjoying it more than I thought I would. Seeing a painting being born on the plastered wall feels like magic. I spend the moments I have between mixing paints crouching down on the paving and just looking at her work. It feels slightly intrusive at first, like breaking some imaginary intimacy, but Rin doesn't seem to mind the least bit. Maybe it's just in my head. Her entire presence emits a completely different air as she patiently works the details, adding layers of paint on top of other layers of paint, steadily moving her foot across the wall to add new shapes. When I manage to produce a passable mixture of paint, the rare smile on her face is oddly rewarding. Apart from the few words, not worlds, the fuck? They're trading worlds as they're discussing paint mixings. Neither of us say a word for the longest time. And I really shouldn't either because of my fucking impediment, it seems. And even those short discussions soon evolve into a shorthand, both of us developing and using weird impromptu code words for various paints and hues. As if there was some need to conserve words and breath and sound. Damn, dude. They didn't do that much work, but maybe, I'm not sure. We stay there late into the evening until it becomes too dark to paint properly. Goddamn fucking alarm! He's trying to sleep, that bastard. I linger under the blanket for a few minutes, gathering energy to rise up while making excuses as for why I already haven't. Honestly, I wouldn't mind staying here for all day. School is surprisingly exhausting, and after a long pause, and the culture shock still has not faded, I think. That made my throat itchy for some reason. Still, despite getting an impression that skipping class is easy here, I don't think they are going to let me get away that easily. And the nurse is bound to keep breathing down my neck with the talk of exercising as well. So eventually I do rise up, swallow the morning medications, and put on my old soccer clothing. Thanks to my condition, I was exempt from taking part in gym classes at Yamaku, so I didn't get issued with a gym outfit. I'd order some to cover such a contingency, but wearing my old soccer clothes is kind of nostalgic. I can't use them for that anymore, so maybe they can get a new life this way, a bit like me. After all, I'm going to start taking care of myself. I can't afford to slack around. I'll start from the basics. Basics, which include keeping the rest of my body in shape along with what little I can do to strengthen my heart. Maybe then I can go back to something approaching a normal life. Or at least something where I'm less likely to fall over dead in any minute. Fucking exercising, that shit annoys me. My fucking neighbors get up at like 5 in the morning to go jogging, and I'm just sitting here playing games as they're running around. Depressing, kind of, but still fun. I think I'm using good time of my life. Maybe then I'm less likely to fall over dead in any minute. I'm surprised to discover that I'm only one present, that I'm not the only one present at the track. My God. Not just that, but it's a face I've seen before. The prosthetic-legged girl who bowled me over in the hallway yesterday is running on the track lithely. Lithely. That word is so fucking weird, dude. Why? Why is it like that? Like a half-mechanical gazelle. What was her name again? It was a short one, but I can't remember. She seems to be running laps at somewhat easy lope, her prosthetic legs clacking rhythmically on the hard track surface. I wonder what reason she has for running this early in the morning. Maybe it's something akin to mine, and the nurse is oppressing the poor girl to jog like he is oppressing me. I certainly wouldn't be here if it weren't for my health, and is prompting me to do so. And even with the things being like they are, it's only because I wanted to get out of the way early. The fact that I would be less likely to encounter someone who would witness my pitiful attempts to get in shape was merely a happy accident. I'd leave, but it seems that my former assailant noticed me on her last lap. She waves at me cheerfully and jogs over. "Good morning, your name is Sao, right?" She grins, seemingly pleased that she'd remembered my name. Well, fuck. Remember, guys, you remember a person's name better if you say their name the first time that you speak to them. You may not remember me. Emmy, I knocked you over in the hall yesterday. Miss Ibrazaki? She imitates Misha imitating Shizune, falling to get the same result, subdued, lilt into her high-pitched voice. How could I forget such a blunt introduction? Emmy has the decency to look vaguely apologetic for a moment before giggling. Yeah, sorry about that. Again, wow. She must be, her disability is obviously, God damn it, what is it called? I always forget stuff like this. Not a kleptomaniac, but a, what do they call it when you don't think you do any wrong and it's like the terrifying edition? Leave a comment and tell me what it is, please. I can't remember. Well, so long as you don't make a habit of it, I suppose I'll be fine. Great. I'm not sure she realized I was joking. So the spy consultant the nurse was talking about, is that actually you? That's right. Goddamn fucking spy. Why does it have to be so little and cute and goddamn my mouse is trying to get after her again? Oh. I was expecting someone from the nursing staff, to be honest. What, are you saying I don't look like I could be a spy? Clack, 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 clack. What the fuck is that noise? Clack, 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 clack. I think I'm being followed. Clack, 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 clack. Oh, that's fucked up, but still. I don't think she could be a... No, this is more of a relief. I was afraid he would have someone to watch my every move. Unless you were here to do exactly that. No, I'm here for my own reasons. The nurse just asked me if I had seen a messy-haired transfer student who looks like he's kinda lost around the track. So why are you down here? Blech. Emmy strikes a dramatic pose. Training! For what? Track! Ah, I see, you're one of the track team then. Emmy nods enthusiastically and blushes a little bit. God damn it. Overload on cuteness. Yep, I'm one of the better runners too. And modest about it too. Hey, you should join up. No, fuck you! It's good exercise, you know. No, I don't think so. I think that much activity is probably out of the question for me. Now I'm not even sure that I really like running all that much. Plus, I'm just not into organized sports, you know. It's true, I never even really got that much into soccer. I mean, I'd run around with my friends and all, but that was really the only reason I ever played. It wasn't much for the glory to be found on the field, that's for sure. Emmy seems to understand my meaning. I see. Not that into the whole organization thing. But now that you're here, I guess we're going to run together, huh? What, sure, I guess. Emmy seems pleased. Are you going to warm up? Real men don't warm up. Oh no, you always should warm up. Bad, Hisao. You never... Actually, it is true. I believe there was a new study recently that said that if you do stretches before exercising, you're more likely to get a muscle-related injury, whereas if you stretch after a workout, it does work better. Don't quote me on it, but you can look it up for yourselves and research it. It's interesting. She scolds me enthusiastically, but then smiles and leans closer. I hate warming up too. She laughs suddenly. Can't tell if foreshadowing or not. Hack, and I don't even have to stretch my legs. Heck, not hack. As if to confirm her statement, she bounces up and down a couple times, giving a passing impression of standing on a pair of springs. Her leg blades seem to be quite elastic. Let's go! So we both take off around the track, and I can immediately see that's why she wasn't lying about being good at running. You hear about that guy that was running in, like, the Olympics or one of the big races for, like, track teams, and he didn't have his legs, and he basically had the leg blades that she has, and they disqualified him even though he won because it's an unfair advantage. And how the fuck does that work out? He doesn't have legs and he outran people. That is amazing. Emmy moves fluidly, throwing herself into the run with a sort of wild abandon. I find myself concentrating more on running properly. Hands spread, right? And something about hitting on the balls of your feet rather than your heels. I try to match my stride to Emmy's, but it's pretty difficult. Apparently, I'm not good at it. Maybe Emmy could help me with that sometime. I'm really not feeling up to more than a couple of laps today, and slow to a walk pretty quickly. I don't know what that was, but Emmy keeps running and doesn't seem to notice I've stopped until she passes me the second time. Fucking tired, dude. It works because I cough when I'm tired too, so... She quickly skids to a halt, breathing steadily in contrast to my own somewhat gasping demeanor. Finished already? I hang my head ruefully. Yeah. I'm not in very good shape right now. Emmy nods and then grins at me again. She seems to do a lot of smiling. More of a little grin or a smirk. Well, the important thing is that you're started, right? Next time, you just have to try and hold out longer, and then longer, and longer, and eventually you'll be great. No. Please, dear God, no. Keep that in mind, but I think right now I'm going to get ready for class. Shouldn't you? Emmy shrugs unconcernedly. Nah, I've got plenty of time. I notice that she's not wearing a watch. Are you sure? Another careless shrug. Not really, but I've got to finish my routine. See you later, Hisao.